All right, welcome to Pepe Suarez Xtra on YouTube. So just some few minutes ago, the Blackstars lost their second successive game in the Korean Cup or Korean tournament. It is normally a tournament that belongs to Japan, and this time they invited four nations: Ghana, Japan, South Korea, and then Bolivia. And as you are well aware, the Blackstars lost the first game by 2-0 to Japan, and then we have just lost by 1-0 to South Korea. The game, of course, was played in South Korea. We are going to talk about the important things that happened in the game, the noticeable events that occurred in the game. The fact that Ghana scored 2 goals, but all 2 goals were ruled out due to various degrees of offenses in football. So we'll talk about that. The first one, marginal offside decision. But of course, this is a game that was played with VAR, video assistant referee, was at play. And so all details will matter, and they will go in there to verify every decision that is doubtful. So VAR was at play today. And then the other goal, I think that it had 2 offenses in one. So it was first an offside, and then the connection with the foot went straight to the head of the Korean defender, I think Kim Min-jae. And that again is an offense as far as football is concerned. But these are my opinions. So you can bring your opinions, we share it together, and then we move on. Now let's see how the Blackstars of Ghana started this particular game. Again, one noticeable event is the fact that goalkeeper of Ghana, Benjamin Asare, saved a penalty kick. So Benjamin Asare saved a kick, a spot kick, and that was another good news. And his general composure, we'll discuss it in this particular video. But we start off with the lineup that the Blackstars paraded in the game. So goalkeeper Benjamin Asare started in post for the Blackstars of Ghana. Right back was Alidu Seidu. Left back was Gideon Mensah. And our central defensive pair, we had Kwame Opon-Pepra of OJC Nice. And then the other player was Ajete. Yes, very, very, very good centre-back pair today. Then in the middle, of course, we started Kwesi Sibo and Caleb Renchi as our midfielders. They are all central midfielders. We played 2 central midfielders as our double pivot. And then Christopher Bambuzu. Mediamas Prince Owusu. Then there was the other player was in Prince Kwabena Edu. Fantastic game, fantastic display from Prince Kwabena Edu. I was so impressed with Prince Kwabena Edu, and I hope that he'll begin to get his time and his opportunities as far as the Blackstars is concerned. I was so happy with the performance of the player. So there was Christopher Bambuzu, Kamaldeen, Sulemana, Prince Kwabena Edu, and Prince Owusu. These are the players who started for the Blackstars of Ghana. Let's go to the Koreans, and this is how they started the game. So the Koreans had goalkeeper Song Boon-King. They had Kim Min-jae, of course, who played for Bayern Munich. They had Son Heung-min, Lee Tae-sok. They had Cho Yoo-min, Park Jim-seop. Then they had that player is called Abraham Jeveno. Mr. Mami mo to the name there. In zona glass and so ball from the no more the 2D. OH, that's his name. He did it Hyung-gi. Then they had Lee Kirin, So Young-woo. They had Jens Castro. I don't know what the P stands for. And then they had Xiong. I don't ball when that you are about Mr. Moy. It didn't body everything. It didn't Kun Xiong Kyung. Hey. So that is the first 11 that the Koreans also started with. The game started with the Blackstars season play, especially in the first 20 minutes. I was so impressed with the Black Stars. The two midfielders that we played, two central midfielders we played as a double pivot in Kwesi Sibo and the name of the other player, Calibrinchi. They gave us a lot of fluidity in the middle, and so the game was flowing. And anytime they progressed the ball to either Christopher Babonsu or to Prince Owusu, you could see the fact that the Black Stars were indeed playing so well. So in the first half, before the 20th minute, I was so impressed with the Black Stars. And then Coach Otado, this particular morning, which was evening or night in Korea, he adopted a system where we played high up the pitch. You know, there are three types of pressing. You can do low pressing, that is what we call low blocks. You can do mid blocks or mid pressing, and you can do high pressing or high blocks. Ghana adopted a high pressing system, and so we stayed on top of the Koreans to the extent that it was very difficult for them to build from the back. So Kim Min-jae and Yoon Chu and all of them, they were suffering trying to build up from the back. They had to resort to playing the long balls, and the long balls were favoring the Ghanaians. And so in the first half, if you look at Opon Pepra, Kojo Opon Pepra, and then you look at Jonas Ajete, you clearly saw the two centre backs of Ghana being very active. On the left side of defense, we saw Gideon Mensah putting on the captain's armband and then putting on a captain's show. I think it was good for Gideon Mensah as well. But tactically, you could see that in the first half, if we had created more openings, if we had done more shooting, during the time we watched the game, one of my producers was sitting behind where I was running commentary, and the question he asked was that, why are we not shooting? Why are we not shooting? So anytime the ball gets to the feet of Babonsu, he will beat one man, he will beat the second man, and then they will recover. Anytime the ball gets to the feet of Mediama's Prince Owusu, he will try to take them on, beat one man, beat the other one, and then he will lose the possession. If you look at Kamadin, the same thing. We were not shooting. We were not shooting. And I think that was our problem. That was the bane of Ghana in the first half. If we had done a lot of long-range shooting, if we had tried a lot of long-range shooting, I'm sure we could have done something. So for those of you who watched the game, Kamadin Sulemana, he hit one shot very close to the first half, and it took a deflection, but it even ran into the net to result in a corner kick. So clearly, if we had done more shooting, I'm sure we would have had something in the first half, because for the first half, it belonged to the Black Stars. And when this player, Brandon Asante, came in, he has studied the game from the bench, knowing that we were not shooting. So when he came in, you could see him shooting. There was one that he took the shot. Unfortunately, he missed the post by inches. And I tell you, if that ball had gone on target, that would have been the equalizer for the Black Stars. Now, to the main talking points. How did Alidu Seidu, who also did very well in the first half, great composure, great running, how did he miss his marker in the ball that resulted in the Koreans scoring the first goal? I think that Alidu could have done better. He should have done better. He must have done better. And so that is the first thing I want us to note. Again, Ghana scored 2 goals. 2 goals. And all those 2 goals were infractions on the rules of association football. The first one was a slight offside call. But the fact of the matter is that there is nothing called slight offside. It is an offside. It is not an offside. Per the video reviews, he was in an offside position. But he timed his run. The composure of that young man, Prince Edukwabena, formerly of Bichim United. You see, a lot of our players, especially the local players, will get that opportunity. Goalkeeper will come out, make the angle quite acute, and then they will still shoot and hit the goalkeeper. Then not necessarily good. No, you see, Utimkakas yenye dede. Now, no, why do you understand? Play ball fans, causes supporters yenye dede become a boss. You don't normally see that, but he kept his composure. He advertised the shot, beat the goalkeeper, and then he slotted into an empty net. It should have been a very good goal, but of course, he was offside, marginally offside. But remember, this tournament is covered by VAR. So VAR was there to assist the referee, and I don't doubt the decision. Again, we scored another goal, and that goal too had two infractions. When the long ball was kicked, the Ghanaian player who headed the ball into play was in an offside position, from my perspective. Then, when the connection was being done, the Korean, is it Kim Min-jae, had gone with his head, and the Ghanaian went with his foot in an airball situation. It is clearly a foul. So that goal did not also stand. I'm sure most people will be saying that the referee has robbed us. We would have beaten them. But in my estimation, all those two calls were very important calls. Finally, goalkeeper Benjamin Asare is proving why he must be the number one goalkeeper for the Black Stars heading into the World Cup. We tried Annan. Yes, Annan considered two goals. One was a very, very poor decision from him. The other, you can't blame him that much. We've been trying Atiziki. He's been conceding. Yes, goalkeeper Benjamin Asare conceded one today. But for the fact that he even saved that spot kick, they had a penalty and he saved it and prevented them from going 2-0 up. I think that his confidence level, his general awareness level, his ability to even pass from the back and everything has improved so much. And he is telling Coach Otuado that during the Mundial, he should still be the number one goalkeeper for the Black Stars of Ghana. Thank you so much. If you have any comment on the tactical review of this particular game, don't hesitate to let us know your views and your comments on this particular video. Thank you so much. May the Almighty God be with us all. God bless you.